Reedy said. He said that if they can just go to champs and just get top 8, it'll just make it feel like some of this work was worth it. You know, like they put together the work and they saw some improvement. So that's what they're working on right now, is their improvement, and they're trying to expand their map pool going into COD champs. So I'm excited to kick this one off here.
And what better time to work on improving than against the competition that is Division A. We'll kick things off with Reedy. He stunned almost immediately as he was trying to get into Restaurant. He'll be first in. You see Enable here on the opposite side, just trying to get in the wall bang. Epsilon going to get as much time here, and they're also going to have to try and fight through for the next hard point.
Yeah, it was a good break-off. I mean, you saw the players on Epsilon. One of them picks up on that pinch. He's going to take Pharaoh out, trying to flank through that courtyard. He gets that kill on him, and it's going to secure the hill for the side of Epsilon. And it's just going to be whether or not they can get this kills in courtyard. We're going to see Reedy starting off really big here, almost earning some streaks. Doesn't quite get them. Vortex going to trade that kill onto Kenny. Sees one court, 2P. So this is how you typically see Epsilon start off. They start off strong, and somewhere along the line in the middle of the game, they drop the ball, and the other team starts as strong.
Absolutely. How many times have we seen it where it's around like a 100 type game, and then that's where the real separation starts to come through. Now we're going to go to Vortex because he's working on streaks, and he has a chance to make a play in the back here. Yeah,
and you see number 4, that's going to be Hawk. He's trying to work around, get those spawns Vortex. Vortex going to pick up that kill on Kenny, which was actually huge. When you see number 4, that's Hawk. He needs to get a kill here. He needs to alleviate some pressure for his team. The pinch is going to be coming in. He's kind of just staying alive, waiting for his teammates to pick up some kills. If they can get these kills, they should be able to get spawns here, but Pharaoh.
Yeah, that would have been big. I mean, that one-on-one there, Vortex can win it, then get the time points for the objective. He may have been on streaks, or at least darn close. They still got this backside control at back ammo, and here comes the collapse. There's one person really in the hard point. It's going to be Pharaoh they're going to have to go through. The rest of TK just trying to get back in.
Yeah, and Pharaoh's actually picking up way too much time right now. You see Epsilon on the side, they're kind of turtling, and they allow the TK players to get up there and be able to fight them off. So now it's going to be a 2-on-2 fight for hill control. And now there's 3 players from TK there. So if I was Epsilon, I'm going to push a little bit faster there. You kind of want to be quicker to get that control. And now you're 15 seconds left, you don't have rotation.
The only person really rotating across is Vortex. We hop to his POV, and he's got 3 players now on the hunt, and able to pick him in the back. So not only is Team Kaliber to get the final seconds there at Winery, but they're also at least set up with multiple players here. You do have man advantage for Epsilon, though. For a moment, they can break through. It's a nice grenade from Hockey that's going to clear out 1. 2 do spawn in close from Team Kaliber, so they'll be able to reinforce this quickly.
Yeah, and you see no players on the side of Epsilon going to try to go through that dirt road there to try to take out accuracy. They give him that straight line of sight, straight on the cross. They all barrel through the front, and now it's just going to be a trade battle, which TK have the spawn, so they're inevitably going to win it. Epsilon put themselves in good positions, just not executing it properly, but still early on in this game.
Very early on. But how long can they keep it close before the mistakes start to haunt them? We're watching Pharaoh inside right now. He's got 3 kills in a row. They're still trying to push him with 30 seconds remaining. It's going to be dangerous. He was getting close to streaks, but they're able to pick him up. It's Kenny, though, that comes in from behind, tacks on a kill and the assist. And now we'll look at the rotation to the next.
They're going to lose this rotation as well. I mean, we see number 8, that is Enable. He's already rotated over to New Hill. If he just directs his attention towards that green, he's going to pick up a kill. It actually gets taken out by Hawkey, so big kill by him. But the pinch comes in. Enable buys enough time. Pinch comes in. TK going to get the remainder of the time and also be in a good position to get rotation.
And I love that we saw that entire sequence from Kenny. You know, he gets the kill in the old hard point, pushes the entire way through and flanks, ends up going big, at least in the opening moments of the hard point, but Epsilon able to find the kills inside, and now they'll be set up, an opportunity to get right back in this game.
Yep, and here's the pinch coming in from TK. Enable trying to get that kill in the archway. If he can execute that kill number 3, they will be able to get control, but Kenny goes big, gets a 3-piece, so hill control going to switch over towards TK. Spawns coming in, low lot for Epsilon. If they can push through and get this pinch and kind of emulate what TK did, they can break this hill.
They're trying to find an opening right now. Still a decent chunk of time here. Playing it back green is going to be accuracy. He continues to lock it down, but now he's going to have to deal with the fight up close and personal. I love this. Just goes prone to the backside, tries to step as long as he can until he can get a little bit of help. Epsilon ultimately able to burst through and find some time. And look at Red. That number 2 is already set up in the next hard point. It's going to be Dave in a position here. If they can chain together the scrap time and get a nice setup at Red, again, can just keep this close. Make sure TK can open up a nice lead.
Pharaoh actually goes around courtyard there. He goes satellite, actually picks up that kill up top, which is a massive kill. Goes up top into the window, going to take out Hawkey, just opens up the map completely for TK. 3 kills in a row. If Epsilon needs to pay attention to that, that's the one cut that you cannot give up because top control on this hill is going to be everything. You see Pharaoh on a 4 streak, picking up the spawners, just made the play for his team.
It seems like another one of those times where Epsilon are in the right position earlier than Team Kaliber, but whether it's Kenny or Pharaoh, they're able to come through, make the individual play, and suddenly it's TK's hard point.
Yeah, and the only player in position to really set up any play here is going to be Dave. He's trying to pinch around and get that kill, but number 7, that's accuracy, is going to be set up right next to him. I don't think he knows that he's there. He's going to have to pick up this kill in order to get control.
Pharaoh's working towards Streaks. He's getting so close and goes soaring out the window. Unfortunately, gets read by the Epsilon player.
I'm curious as to Dave's plan here. I think he was trying to get the spawns, but he's not really going towards that back dirt road. He's just kind of staying alive here in Wine, rotating over towards New Hill, while the rest of his teammates are getting slayed out in middle. So, going to be able to have some assistance from his teammate. Going to get taken out. Dave in a big position to maybe pick up some spawns here for his team. He's going to have a big gunfight here against Kenny if he can win this.
TK still spawns deep, though. It's like you said, he didn't get deep enough to influence that original spawn. So nothing. 2 players able to pop in. He eventually drops, and now you're fighting from step 1, basically, if you're Epsilon. So
Dave just did nothing for like 30 seconds. He went around. He was trying to flip the spawns, but didn't really quite flip them. And then he stays in top Wine for like 30 seconds. Doesn't really make anything happen. But despite me saying that, Epsilon are going to break through and get control of the hill.
All right, so they are able to make the plays behind 3 kills from Reedy. He's sitting at 18 and 14 right now. The pressure now on Team Kaliber to try and break in through the front. Vortex, 2 kills before he's traded out, but it's still going to be Epsilon holding inside. Enable next up with the bar. Nice drop shot there from Dave. We hopped to Reedy on the rotation, but he's going to get chopped down from behind. But who's that highlight? That's going to be Vortex. So we saw him drop. He must have spawned out all the way near New or kind of by Barn.
Yeah. He spawned all the way back lot, and he's been waiting since, which is a solid play by him. Just waiting for his teammates, waiting for a little bit of assistance before he tries to go and break into this hill. Reedy and Vortex are going to have to make the play. TK building up a decent lead here, but Vortex is going to get taken out. The spawns are coming in for Epsilon, so if they're able to execute some kills, they can string together some time, but TK is proving too strong in the slaying department.
Enable gets a couple, but it might not be enough. You still have Pharaoh here, but it looks good for Epsilon. There's a nice stun that comes in. Dave able to get the kill, and now they've got set up in the front. It's a push once again from Team Kaliber trying to get through, but so far they haven't found an opening. And this reminds me of kind of the phase hard points against Epsilon yesterday. They kept them really close. Epsilon was able to stay in the games throughout most of them. You had very tight games for the most part. They just weren't able to close them out down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, and right there, we just see Vortex make a great play. You know, he stays alive back there for his teammates to get that barn spawn. Stays there for about 15, 20 seconds. They pick up the spawns, and they wait to have a team push to break the hill. They do it, pick up about 30 seconds, and now they're within striking distance of this game. You know, it's going to be a tie game going into this field hill. If they're able to break this, you know, they might be able to take a lead.
So far, no streaks in this game. No one's been able to influence or get a huge break behind him. You got to think at some point that might come into play. Is Dave going to be the guy? Dave's going to now get in. He gets the hard point time as well. So he's very, very close to streaks. Could be huge for Epsilon. They're very close to a lead change now. Only trailing by 5. He's just trying to get in position here on the cutoff. All 4 players going to be pushing out a white side right now. Dave's got the angle. Dave's got the kill. One more up. Enable, though, able to trade it. That's a big one. Dave wins that and is able to back up. He's got streaks to work with. Could be a very different finale here.
Yeah, and Epsilon are playing this perfect. You know, they all get that barn spawn. Reedy's going to go mid and try to slow down the players from that double push through mid and arch. And now the time's going to be going towards Epsilon. Now they have to think about this middle hill. It has been the hill that TK's been doing pretty good on. So we're going to see if TK can set up and execute it.
To be fair, Epsilon got set up. They just got broke by Pharaoh. He killed all 4 of them when he got into red. So it wasn't really a setup issue. They didn't win any of the gunfights or deal with Pharaoh whatsoever. This time it's going to be TK in first. And Kenny at least gets a kill. But Epsilon still trying to make things
Enable going to go on a flank. He's going to take out Reedy. That was a huge play by Enable, alleviating a little bit of pressure. Going to get traded by Vortex, but that's okay because Kenny is going to be there for the trade as well. TK kind of just flooding into this doorway, getting top control. It's going to be extremely difficult for the players in Epsilon to break back into this unless number 4 Hockey can make a play for them. But he's opting to go all the way around and flip these spawns early on. I actually really like this play. Kind of reminiscent to what we saw Dave do, except he didn't get the spawns this time.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot more deep here. They're still going to be spawning at Winery, but Hockey able to get into a position here. We might find the kills. Just got to hit the shots.
Huge kill.
Able to do it.
Come in. And
they're getting time here inside a restaurant. So look how far out Team Kaliber is spawning right now. This could be a perfect sequence of events for Epsilon.
These are the plays you want to see Epsilon make. They're making high intellect plays right now in this game. Vortex and Hockey so far in rotation, I've seen them both make a crazy play. And now the full spawns come in for Epsilon. TK is going to have to funnel through that dirt road and get those spawns. Epsilon going to have to slay out here to get some.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, this is so big. If they get broken, This game's going to Team Kaliber. They've got to have a solid hold right now. I know they can't win on this hard point, but it's such a big moment. Reedy comes in from the back, but accuracy, able to snap.
Get the spawns. Get the spawns right behind him.
Suddenly things seem to fall apart. I know they're still spawning close, but it's TK in the hard point.
Yeah, I mean, accuracy just makes a huge play. He goes all the way through Armory, gets that kill in the back, and then snaps onto Reedy and gets the two-piece. But Epsilon break right back in. They're going to get a little bit of this time here. Rotation is going to be huge because neither team can win on this hill. It's going to end on that next lot hill. We're going to see who can execute a rotation.
We'll just kind of keep an eye on the final score here in these final 20 seconds. Who will be able to push out a bit of a lead? Seems like the scrap time now going to go over to Epsilon. They're going to have no presence on the rotation. There's still, what, 5 or so seconds they can start hiking over. So what's it going to be? A
223, 205. You can't push through the front here. You got to try to go around the back, but it's going to be extremely difficult because of the setup. They have accuracy sitting at this car here, this grandma's cut, and they have number 5. That's going to be Pharaoh holding down field. So they're going to be forced to push straight through the front and funnel on in and nade through. But that is extremely difficult if you're on the side of Epsilon. You got to just kind of hope to get a nade kill, maybe get through.
You wish if David got one more kill, got a glide bomb earlier in this, he'd have a much better chance to break. But now it's a lead change here to Team Kaliber. They're back out in front. They only need 20 more points to go. You've got accuracy patrolling mid-street. Pharaoh's pushed all the way into radio tower and found a kill. Epsilon, they're staggered. They're trying to break. A couple kills do come in. 2 are out. It's a 4-on-2 right now on the hard point. Epsilon have got to break. Kenny, though, with 2 big ones, some help with an aid from Pharaoh, and suddenly the push from Epsilon delayed massively. You only need 5 more points now for Team Kaliber. This is gonna be it. 2 players have opted to rotate. 2 players have opted to fight. Oh my God, Vortex actually has been massive. Vortex been massive.
They're set up at the new hill. All TK is gonna have to flood this archway. If they're gonna have to take out number 4, that's gonna be Hawkey. He has a big play right now. He's set up at this green tower. Big play. Hawkey's gonna get taken out. TK might be able to break this hill with this last 2 points. Doesn't seem like they're in position. Yep. Game over.
There's the spawn out. There's the break. TK able to do it.
So close.
I thought, you know, Epsilon, they opted to do that 2-2 split. 2 went back the lot. 2 rotated anew to give them a chance. Vortex won those gunfights. I'm like, oh God, they've got a shot now. But parking lot's a hard point. It's very difficult, obviously, to be flawless there. It's hard to hold that for 30 seconds straight. And TK able to get in.
Yep.
But one of those games again where Epsilon plays somebody tough, just not quite enough in the end to get.
And you see the mistake at the very end. Epsilon decided to go through satellite instead of going all the way around field and taking out Pharaoh. Ends up accuracy sitting at that car, picks up so many kills, makes it extremely difficult for Epsilon to get on in the hill. We get too much time. Ultimately, not enough for Epsilon to win that game. But there were some good plays on the side of Epsilon throughout that map.
There absolutely were. And it's one of those rare hard points where no streaks are in throughout the entire thing. Like, none really come into play. It's just gun-on-gun action throughout the course of it. I mean, the only person that got really close was, what, Dave? I think the one time we were watching him, just fell a little bit short and able to get the kill. But yeah, he gets that glide bomb. Maybe you break in a lot a little bit earlier.
Glide bomb can be extremely effective on that hill.
And you take the game, but obviously it doesn't all come down to that one kill, but just the one time that really anyone was close to streaks. But as it stands, you do see TK get the first one. It's big. Again, they're still trying to fight to be in the top 4. It's massive with the matchups coming later, like you mentioned with Echo Fox and Envy. At least 1 foot forward. But how do you think Team Kaliber feel after a game like that when they probably feel they should beat Epsilon a little bit worse on a map like that?
I think everybody feels like that when they play Epsilon, but Epsilon plays teams tough, so you can't think like that. You just got to think forward. You're up 1-0, try to get the 3-0 series and just move on forward if you're TK.
Well, it's going to be Search and Destroy coming up next. You talked about the fact that this is where Epsilon's been finding a couple of their wins in the series. What do you think it's been? I guess it's working for them in Search in particular.
Well, we've seen Reedy with the sniper picking up a lot of kills. I think that they're just taking risks. They're playing with no pressure, and it's working out for them.
Well, we saw yesterday was what? They were throwing that smoke on St. Marie. All 4 were flying through the smoke. They were trying to make it messy, make it chaotic, but at times it was working. On the other side, TK and Accuracy, they've got to make plays here, make sure they go up 2-0 in the series. Jess actually had a chance to chat with Accuracy.
Thanks, Clint. That's right. And when I was chatting with Accuracy, he said that, of course, Team Kaliber are hoping to get this win and, you know, end the week on a high note. He says that regarding their loss to Echo Fox, they're kind of hoping to bounce back after that game last night. He says that they just really choked up, and his main issue was they felt that they got greedy. They really could have beat them more easily, but instead of just kind of trying to get the win, they were trying to make it a blowout for some reason. So he admits it was just kind of a mistake, but they've learned their lesson not to get greedy. So we'll see how the rest of the series goes. Clint, back over to you.
Thanks, and I'm not sure if that's referring to the series overall or maybe the CTF in particular, because remember, they had 3-0 advantage going into the second half.
They should have won that series.
Maybe that's one of those, maybe he's saying, like, that's one of those games where, yeah, we were trying to put more caps in the game and we just should have sort of locked them in. Like, we've seen a team like EG do that. They've got a 1-0 lead. We see them just lock somebody in CTF. just thinking back, like, you know, if that's champs, maybe you're playing for $1 million. You might play that a little bit safer.
Tower. On Flag Tower, it's so hard to break into the base when you're just playing defense. They were up 3-0. So that was definitely one they went back and like, we let that one slip away. We just got to play a little bit slower, slow down the game.
We've even seen, I mean, it's only been like EG and like one other squad, but we've even seen a team pull out like 2 bars in that scenario. When you've got 2 bars set up like the back barrels on defense, it's not fun to try and break through that, especially if you're running 3 or even 4 subs trying to, you know, bash your head against that back line. But it will be Arden Forest Search and Destroy coming up next between these 2 squads. Any player in particular you're looking to go off on this map?
I'm looking at Enable. I talked to him before the series.
Oh, God.
And Enable, I said, what do you got planned for this S&D? He said, I'm going to go off. So looking at him in this S&D to take over. But, you know, on Arden's Forest, it's kind of been a map that accuracy's been good on all year long. So I'm expecting him to take over. He's had some of the most sensational clutches this season on this map. So these are 2 good maps for TK. This is a map that I've seen Kenny go off on. Pharaoh with that sniper as well. So it's going to be pretty tough for Epsilon to string together some rounds here. But if they can, it'll be playing spoiler for TK.
Let's get right into it. Offense first, 2 Team Kaliber. Let's stick with Enable. He was talking, saying he's going to be making plays in this one. He's got a bomb in hand. First gunfight. Enable's dead. But Kenny is able to trade it out. Oh, did you see him? He's got Dave. Tries to back him up with a nade. Dave's already out of there.
I like the strategy out of TK. Smoking off that mid lane, just running straight through ruins there, trying to get a little bit of control, but Epsilon going to be able to trade out. Pharaoh going to get up top, and if you're Dave, you really can't peek that top lane, or you're going to have to push it, simply because that positioning is just too much. We're going to see a 2v2 on the side of TK in Epsilon.
Accuracy somehow wins one at U against Reedy here with the STG. Hockey seems maybe one more bullet in, and he turns this into a 1v1. But now bomb going to be getting planted. He's going to have to try and clutch, repositioning now to the broken side of the map.
This is a tough situation to be in. If you're Hockey, you kind of just got to really hit a beamer on the top. Ruins there, going to end up getting taken out. Almost took him out up top.
I think, and I believe he was the one when Pharaoh first got top Ruins earlier in the round, and you know, he got hit up a little bit, had to go prone. I think that was Hockey. It's like if Hockey's shot was a tiny bit more on, hit like one more bullet, round may have been winnable. Good effort, but
yeah, early positioning is going to be everything on this map. If you're on the side of Epsilon right there, you just got to get to top Ruins. You see Pharaoh just goes out with no fear, gets up top, gets that kill on Dave. Dave's kind of just standing out in the open there. You got to try to get positioning when the engagements are going down early on. TK takes advantage of that. Going to be able to take the round simply by trading.
I think part of that for TK is just the aggression from Kenny allows Pharaoh to get in that spot. You saw him dive across the bomb, just putting shots into dome, making it so chaotic that allows them to get those power spots.
Number 7, that's going to be Vortex. Gets straight up the middle of the map. He's going to be able to maybe create a little bit of damage here. Going to take out actually knows there's a player at cabin. Going to get traded. Kenny also picks up one during that whole fiasco, but we're going to be in a 2v3 situation. Dave, bomb in hand, is behind Pharaoh, doesn't know he's there, and gets taken out.
Hockey, once again, buddy, in a tough spot. He doesn't check the divot there, and unfortunately, he's just laying prone. Hockey put in 2 tough spots in the opening 2 rounds, rounds in which TK are able to take.
Yeah, Epsilon tried to make a play there. Just weren't executing the trades fast enough. TK.
How did Vortex ran in the middle, got the first kill. Did he run right by Pharaoh then?
No, he ran into cabin and Pharaoh was tucked away in that corner. And Dave went for the trade but played it a little bit too slow, and he's going to get spotted and taken out by Pharaoh there with the pistol. But you got to attack that guy quicker. You got to get control of that cabin right away before you can reposition, which is exactly what happens. Maybe a little bit of communication error on the side of Epsilon. But great audacity out of Vortex to go straight through the middle there, but doesn't end up paying off.
I'm sure the comms are tough right now, hearing that a couple of players having flu-like symptoms, probably not feeling their best. But
and this might be actually a blind counter. We see all the players in Epsilon are going to decide to go B besides one. That's going to be Hockey, the one player TK had to take out. Now they're going to have early positioning onto this cabin. This should be a clean, easy round for TK. This is the setup that you want. Number 1, also Fire Alley going to get taken out by Vortex, but TK set up in a good position. Pharaoh trying to go all the way around, pick up this late flanker. What a read out of Pharaoh if he's able to pick up this kill.
Oh, wow. Well, Vortex evaporates him, and now it's a 2-on-2. Make it 2-on-1.
Wow.
Enable's got to make the play. Enable said he was going to have the moments. He was going to have moments. There's the first 1-on-1. Able to take that. Now it is him versus Reedy. Under 30 to go.
Yeah, and if you're Enable here, you kind of just wait it out. I mean, obviously, the player can sneak defuse. He's going to spot Reedy right there in cave. He does have a sub in hand. If Reedy can just play this wall, not be able to take him out, he's going to decide to push him. And Enable gets the snapper with the 2-piece clutch. 1v2 out of Enable. There he is.
Yeah, all right, okay. He said he was going to have some moments. There's a smile on his face. He's been the victim of a couple a couple ugly rounds when we've fallen to him last on the camera for Team Kaliber. He's definitely received his fair share of criticism in Search and Destroy over the past couple of weeks, but they're making the play. Some nice shots, especially that first gunfight with Vortex. That's one where Vortex very strong in those type of scenarios.
Yeah, and Epsilon almost clutched it. I'm surprised. TK just lost a bunch of gunfights in favorable positions, but end up having to clutch it. Going to go up 3-0 here in this S&D. Epsilon desperately in need of something to go right for them.
Well, you talked about the sniper from Pharaoh. Is this where maybe he makes the play? He backs it up right before he might have had an angle. Kenny waltzes up through the smokes. That's 2 easy ones as him and Enable dominate mid-map. Reedy, much like we've seen Hockey on multiple occasions, in a very difficult position, laying mid-map with bomb.
This is impossible. If he touches, it's a miracle. We're going to see what he can do here. He's going to try to go around towards B.
I guess he's got mount and he's silent at least. Maybe he can sneak up on his
The players on TK are all just running around the map, just hunting him down. Process of elimination, they're going to have to know he's here soon. Going to take out Enable. Okay. Kenny going to go for the trade as well. Misses the nade. Kenny's just going to toy with him until his teammates can come assist him. They're going to pitch it from all angles. He's dead.
That was just funny. You were watching like the wolves swarm in there as they got every single angle. It's funny. Like Ruins is such a fantastic power position until you have to worry about multiple angles. It almost feels like a death trap. Just nothing he could do there.
The crazy thing is, if they don't have a nade, you actually can three-piece them from up top there.
We have seen it before. I mean, not typically when they all hit the same time. It's usually a little bit more like a one-by-one-on-one fashion.
Yeah, well, that's kind of TK there. Like that's them not playing lazy. You know, they said that yesterday. They got lazy. They tried to finish the series a little bit too early rather than just playing slow and ensuring the win. So that's kind of that refinement that you see out of them, just coordinating that push.
And on the other end, still a donut currently for Dave and Hockey as they're looking for their first kills in this one. Hockey, this is his chance. He's shooting things, finally able to get a kill, but Farrell pushes through.
That's back-to-back. TK decides to go A. Going to end up getting the trades there. And I think they're going to decide to wrap this. They do know that Reedy is over there on that cabin wall. Dave might be able to pick up the cross here. Why didn't you have your gun out?
That was interesting play. Interesting play.
Yeah, I think he thought that they were just sitting in bunker and he was getting ready to trap them in, but...
he holds that cross with a snipe. He's likely at least getting one pick.
Oh, he's definitely getting one, unless he blatantly misses. But Reedy trying to create some chaos, throws a smoke, but going to get taken out by Top Ruins. Easy round for TK.
These rounds have not been close.
Not at all.
I mean, well, okay, outside of the Enable clutch and the 1v2, like it has not been close. TK has just been blowing through them. And I know there have been like a couple 2v2 scenarios. It just seems like TK has won them so easily. Like it just hasn't been close.
It seems effortless on the side of TK. Seamless games. Look at the smile on Accuracy's face.
A little bit different than the look on his face after the Echo Fox series last night.
Definitely. They were angry.
Oh, yeah.
Rightfully so.
Absolutely. Those are the ones that haunt you. When you look back at, maybe if you're not top 4, if, the seed's not exactly what you want.
Don't remind me, okay?
Sorry, buddy. I know. Painful memory.
Kenny, it's 5 seconds into the round. Kenny picks up a 2-piece. Actually there for the trade. Last player going to be Hockey. Quick scope before the 15-second even hits the round.
That sixth and final round sort of described the scope of that entire Search and Destroy. It just looked like TK's playground.
How long do you think that Search and Destroy was, Clint?
I would guess like 6 minutes. 6 minutes. The fastest we had, what was it? I think JP tweeted
4 minutes.
4:12, something like
Rise
that.
one.
Yeah, I don't think that was that fast, but it was quick.
Pretty sure it was like 4 minutes. And
all right, well, JP, get on the clock. We'll see how fast they just got torched. 6-0. And, if you're having flu-like symptoms and vomiting, I don't know that energy drinks are the answer.
Hey, they know their body's better than us.
Oh, God. Well, I hope so. I sure hope so. 2-0 advantage for Team Kaliber. Epsilon just looking for a map victory. You mentioned they were switching it up to Ardent Force. Was that a TK switch or Epsilon, right?
No, well, I was talking about the CTF, but Epsilon's trying to, they changed their map, pull up and switch it up. It doesn't work out right there.
Well, let's see if they can get it done in the CTF. TK firmly in control of this one. Looking to close it out with a hot 3-0 to kick off the final day of this week's action. Everyone vying for top 4. We'll be back with another map after this quick break. Welcome back. You know, Ant, you and I talked a little bit after that. You asked me how fast I thought that S&D was, and I said 6 minutes. You said it was closer to 4. We went back and checked with Paradox. The play clock's at 4:21. So if that's accurate, the fastest I'm pretty sure with LG was 4:12. So that's only 9 seconds off.
That is absurd. Starting off with the sniper here, gonna have Reedy trying to switch it up, a little bit cheeky here, going to the back ice, trying to pick up a kill, gonna get naded.
Think about it.
Oh, there's one. A little bit of a break. Oh, almost gets the 2-piece. But we're gonna have number 4. That's gonna be Enable. Gets all the way to the enemy's base. Flag is also gonna be out on the side of Dave. Enable stopped right in his tracks by Hawkey. Dave trying to get out with his flag. He almost got through.
And we saw Epsilon play this against FaZe the other day. They held a 1-0 lead for most of the game until FaZe kind of took over in some clutch moments. But one of those things where, again, in a respawn, they prove they can play people tough. Just can they actually etch out the win?
The thing about Epsilon is they always put themselves in good position, and then they make one mistake and the other team pounces on it. But Epsilon going to be trying to get control of the base right now. That's exactly what you want. That sort of collapse into the enemy's base. Enable trying to get some kills here. You're going to get taken out. That's going to be a flag out by Epsilon. Well,
it's flag touch for TK. Got returned, yeah. Returned. Just a touch for a moment, return. Now a chance for Epsilon, though, to get here on the push. They've got them spawning out Bell with some nice grenades chained together from Team Kaliber to try and slow it down. Reedy next man up. Reedy peeks the edge. Just doesn't go for the touch, goes for the gunfight. He's able to take it. Now gets the flag out. He has help and fire cut. Vortex doesn't win that gunfight, though, and it's going to put Reedy in a very tough spot.
Picks up the kill, too, but he's stunned right now. There's going to be a player.
Go, Reedy, go!
Reedy's going to get away, get stunned again. Stunned again. The nade comes in.
So that is part of the reason, run armored, or that's why you don't want Reedy, the AR with infantry, picking up the flag. Usually you want them in the back trying to push the gunfight. No, I agree, but that shows how difficult it can be if you don't have armored or instincts on your class. Like, he got hit with, what, 3 stuns there? Just no chance.
Shot and a nade, so yeah, you might want to switch to armored after that play there. TK using their tacticals wisely.
Can we check Reedy? Actually, I'm curious. Did he switch anything? No.
That's 3 dead. Hawkey's last player left. This is going to be a flag out for TK. Actually going to run that right underneath the bridge there. Going to go straight through cabinet.
Nice kill.
He gets away, though. Kenny distracts him long enough for actually 2 get away. Vortex going to take him out.
Two people spawned cabins. They spawned directly on top of him. He had nowhere to go.
If he got there a second earlier, he might have actually blocked that.
Yeah. Maybe he had a chance to do it. That was kind of a dirty kill from accuracy. Or sorry, from who was it? The Hawkey kind of over the top there with the AR. Those are nice shots.
And here goes the map patrol on the side of TK. So this is what you want to see. You want to see that player go ruins, one fill that gap mid, and you're going to see that collapse come out of TK here on their push. They're going to try to get a blood and collapse into the base.
Well, let's see if they can make the push happen. It's fun to listen to the communication when you try to lock the team down. I want to go to an Astro Gaming listen in here with Team Kaliber.
Still? I'm holding broken. Fort's open. I'm waiting until Lamar spawn. You spawn Lamar?
I spawned like he's here somewhere, bro.
I'm gonna go fire out Lamar.
I'm looking for this kid.
He's not in bunker Lamar.
Not Bell, man.
What the fuck is he?
No way he's here.
They're holding peg.
Nothing broken on me. And you. You dead. Nothing got me. Pillar. Dick.
I want to stay downstairs.
I am.
He's found you. Reedy's won it. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we're still missing Vortex. I'm in broken. He's in our base.
Yeah,
I don't know where.
Close up. One shot on me. Okay. He's one shot.
I know Vortex there.
Yeah, Vortex on their peg.
I don't know why he played like that.
You fucking fried me. He's 2 hitting Kevin. 2 hitting Kevin.
Stand up. I'm an 8 side bunker barrel.
Run bunker.
Good win.
8 side bunker. I didn't hit it with an 8. We got our.
Side bunker on the heady.
Yeah, I stunned him.
Stun, no attack.
I'm challenged side.
I didn't win 8.
Nice, good job, Ken.
Fire tank.
Let's got fire tank. Nice, all dead. One up, guys.
I'm fourth, Ken.
I'm going broken to get top second.
Could be ice.
Yo, get my fourth, Ken.
I have fourth.
I got you.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming broken then.
I'm getting top second.
I have fourth.
I have back right, Ian.
You almost got mid-bridge and just...
He's on the wall weak.
He's broken. Broken dead.
One more here, Ian.
Broken, weak. Dave's, he backed up.
Naded me.
I got him. I'm coming broken with Lamar. I left your fourth.
I spawned Bell. I'll come mid. You're good.
They stunned me.
Nothing on the slope. Pushing you. At the left slope.
On the slope, dead.
Back left right now.
Okay, on flag, Lamar.
Back left, one shot. Back left.
I hit him with 8.
He's literally, Hawkey's really weak.
Fucking sprints. Let's stop framing, bro.
One more on the ramp and one back left.
One's back left. He's going fourth right in front of you, Jay. He's Dave. Nice.
That's my bunker. I'm gonna go Bell.
There, go.
Martin's open.
Yeah, go.
In cabin. Fuck.
Alright.
Cat wall.
Oh, you got me.
They push him more?
I'm backing up.
He could push them in. Yeah, he could.
There were a couple interesting moments throughout the course of that. You know, we didn't see what created it, but right when we hopped into the listen in, they obviously thought Vortex was missing, and it was a good 60 to 90 seconds they were worried about it, and Vortex was in his base the entire time. Yeah,
and that's when you have map control, so you got to push up. So a little bit of communication error on the side of TK. And you also see the communication being kind of inconsistent at times. It gets really hectic, and it gets really slow. And Pharaoh kind of not speaking as much. He's really focused.
How many words would you say Pharaoh spoke during that entire 2 minutes?
All right, so that was
He talked when he died. He basically talked when he died. That was it.
5-10 words? Yeah. I remember every word he said.
Well, even when we went to his screen to watch his POV as he was playing, he didn't say a word the entire time until he died. And I think he just said cabin.
Yeah, he said cabin.
He's dialed in. He's dialed in for this one.
Yep.
You know how important this series is. Trying to close it out 3-0. Have yet to put a score on the board. Nice
I like
shot.
The sniper start off out of Reedy, man. You got to kill both times. You got to push the pace here, though. If the rest of the team, Vortex going to follow him up, get that 2-piece.
Well, I saw it yesterday versus FaZe. He pulled it out. He hit a shot. Unfortunately, the rest of his team dies. And when that happens, it puts you in a tough position.
Wow. Maybe that's why Pharaoh isn't calling out.
Yeah. He's got 3 in a row at 9-9 now. Locked in.
So we're going to see the cabin, or the 2 players cabin on TK. Going to try to control that, maybe push up through no man's there. But the players in Epsilon are going to sign a double ruins. 1-player fire alley. Spreading themselves a little bit thin, but Vortex getting a lot of kills. He's been slaying pretty good on this map. He's been getting pushed up and stringing together 2 pieces. Just whether or not they can get the flag out. Map control on the side of Epsilon.
Vortex has playmaking ability, man. He absolutely does. We've seen him win a lot of really important gunfights. Now, though, the presence from accuracy is going to spawn them out Bell. He's got a chance to get a touchdown. He doesn't have instincts. He doesn't have armored. So they might be able to toss stuns over the top and slow this down if they happen to work with.
He's out.
So far, he has not been touched. There's the first stun in.
Got to pick up these kills with Kenny.
There's 2 there. There's 2 there. Kenny's trying to help. Dave is going to get taken out. Accuracy is actually the one that finds the kill. This is home free. TK going to strike with 3.5 to go.
Yeah, and kind of what I was worried about for Epsilon earlier into this side. They push all the way over towards that cabin or ruin side of the map. The player's cabin die, and when that happens, you have no players, no mans or bunker. You get that Bell spawn, and the team's able to get the flag out easy, running straight through cabin. So Epsilon putting all their eggs in one basket, trying to get that first cap out early. Gonna bite him in the butt there. We're gonna see map control on the side of TK once again. That's gonna be all dead. There we're gonna see a push. The spawn should come in, back bunker and Bell. Yep. Pharaoh gonna have a gunfight here against Hockey. That's the one he needed right there. Flag's gonna be out from the side of TK.
He's got armor to work with though, so he can soak those stuns. The nades as they come in. Accuracy about to find streaks here. If you can pick up Vortex. He's put a couple shots and Vortex says, screw it, I'm out of here. Runs and wins the gunfight. So nice play there from Vortex. He has a chance to maybe make a play on the flag. Can he actually push in and get the angle? Kenny's gonna catch him. There's the second score. TK firmly in control now.
And you see just that one little mistake. Like I said, every time they make one little mistake, the other team capitalizes on it.
Well, think about it. Like you said, you know, they have all their eggs in one basket. They're all ruin side. And I think accuracy spawned out like basically at wood wall. It's not a far march to just go get that pull.
Yeah,
you can do it so quickly.
And he's out with it. So now we're going to just see TK maybe do what they said they're going to fix and just spread the map, play slow, and only go when they get an opportunity. Pharaoh pushed straight through middle here. He's been slaying pretty good on this map thus far, picking up that glide bomb. Gonna trade enables death there. That's 2 kills, fully streaked out. This is another push out of TK. One more player to kill. It's gonna be Reedy. Actually, he's gonna trade that. Should be another flag out for TK.
Can't get away with it. Can't get away with it. You still have Kenny here, but now everybody coming in off spawn from Epsilon. Under 2 to go.
You got streaks to work with. Just play slow.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking like a 3-0. Granted, they had a big lead in CTF yesterday and things unraveled, but a lot less time here and streaks to work with. You think this is where it ends?
And a map like Arden's Forest, you can kind of just post up. It's very hard to run that flag across the map in 10 seconds like you can on Flag Tower. So streaks coming in. Another flag out for the side of TK. Enable going to trade that. May be able to get this flag out. Nope, there's players bunker.
Yeah, he would have had a guess, right? Just cut back mid to maybe give himself a chance, but they spawn bunker. They're able to tag him up and find the kills. And Epsilon have got to do something miraculous here in the final moments, but you see on Pharaoh's screen, you still got multiple streaks to work with.
You hate to see that out of Dave as well. He's the player that I was talking about before. When he goes off, they win series. I remember it was stage 1 where Dave would have these standout performances. I remember versus my team, he just went off. He's that player who has that upside on this team, and he's just...
Well, I'm not sure. Is he running a sub throughout most of it now? Probably took out an AR in frustration.
He's having a sub right now. I like Dave with an AR.
Oh, I just saw the STG in his hand for a moment. Okay, so he does still have the TPS H class. But we saw this yesterday, man, where it was, what, Zero. Zero had like a 4-20 type game here. Was just getting, couldn't get anything going. And then what was the final series of the night? Who was who did FaZe beat to close out the night? FaZe Splice. It was, I believe it was Bance. Bance had like a triple, quadruple negative type game here too. Like you can get into just a rut on this particular map with a sub if you're constantly just getting caught sprinting, constantly running into players in power positions. But
yeah, especially when you're down a flag and you got to push the pace. And there's just players sitting up top ruins. Can't really do much. So TK gonna be able to get this 3-0. Definitely gonna lift the spirits in them. Gonna shoot back up into that top 4, I believe.
Yeah, just one of those where they need to come in and handle business, and they did exactly that. A convincing 3-0. Wasn't really close outside of the game one, where Epsilon played him pretty tough. After that, you had what might have been the second fastest search and destroy of the year, and then you know, a convincing 2-0 victory. But now with the first match done, it's really these final 3 that are the big 3.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to all the matches, but Echo Fox Envy is a big one that can really change a lot of things in this division. Who's going to be placed where? We don't really know how good Envy is yet. That's going to be a big match to tell all.
Oh yeah, it's like, you know, sometimes you watch that Envy squad, Decimate and Hookah rolling, they look untouchable. And then next series, they look incredibly vulnerable. It's like you don't know what you're going to get sometimes, and I feel like we've said that about a lot of teams in this division. There haven't really been very many teams that can just consistently beat everyone. The only one that really feels like you know what you're going to get almost every time is basically Rise Nation, outside of maybe a Friday at an open event.
Red, you kind of know that they're going to be on top of their game, and you do know what you're getting out of Epsilon.
That's true. There's consistency in good and bad ways. That's true.
TK definitely smiles around back into that top 4, and that's going to make this division, you know, none of these teams are really dropping the ball. I mean, FaZe has picked it up. Splice has won a couple games here and there. Echo Fox, Envy, and TK all picking up some wins, so it's remaining extremely competitive. I have no idea who's going to round out the top 4.
That's what makes it fun, man. That's what makes it fun. You know, we've had a couple times over the year where you kind of know your top 4 in the first couple of weeks. That is not the case here. It is absolutely going to come down to the wire, but guys, we still have matches to close out this week. 3 more to go. They're all incredible matches. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Epsilon remains the most consistent team in Call of Duty history. TK gonna get the quick 3-0. Wake up, ladies and gentlemen. Does it get faster than that? A thunderous opening to the day. And
you were the one taking the nap, so you wake up.
That's what I do.
I'm just saying, if there's a series where you're gonna take a nap, it might as well be this one.
I need to get my coffee, you know.
Your coffee's in there.
I started drinking it. Saw what we thought to happen. Honestly, you know, the truth is, when is Epsilon going to play spoiler has been a question that a lot of people have asked. Last night we were actually in the gym, not you guys, me, Benson, and Nameless, the three most jacked dudes in the CWL, at least on the desk.
I was about to say, TP's a coach. Like, that's kind of in the CWL.
We're not going to count him. We're not going to count Seth either. We're not going to count Octane. But ultimately, the thing is
I don't think we would.
Benson walked up to the guys on Epsilon and said, hey, look, you guys could win against TK. You could play spoiler here. Chance, if there's any team that you think Epsilon can play spoiler against, who do you think it is?
Spice. Spice is probably the easiest answer. I'm sure there's maybe one team. Honestly, maybe even EG at this point, just the way their S&D has looked. But no, I think Spice would be your best bet. Outside of that, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it.
Well, here's the problem for a team like Epsilon. Like, you're going to beat a team that maybe just isn't in it, right? They realize they're not going to make playoffs. It's just not, they're not in a position to win anymore. So, you know, they're not going to go as hard in a series, and we might see that at the end of the next week. But, I mean, all these teams right now need wins. Every single team needs a win, and they're looking forward to their Epsilon day because that's when they're going to find probably the easiest match throughout this division. So, I mean, again, obviously, this match today for TK, it was a must-win. It had to have been. They couldn't, you know, let off the gas pedal at all. They had to win this match, and now they're in a solid position.
I think what you said is really important. They're looking forward to it, but they're not maybe just counting it as an auto-free win. They're saying this is still very important. The stakes are going to be very high, and I mean, ultimately, we just threw a couple of numbers in front of your face, but you don't really need to look at them because Epsilon didn't even spawn in. Basically.
Well, they did the first one. The first map was close. They had an opportunity. I mean, honestly, their best game type, besides St. Marie Search and Destroy, which we've seen time and time again, they've had some very close hard points the past couple of days. They just haven't been able to close them out. They haven't been finding really those clutch kills, those clutch plays to close out the hard point. And, well, in those sort of deciding factors, they've just been beaten and happened here again against TK.
Now, before we actually look at the rest of what we're going to see today, I think we need to talk about just how important this is for the standings, right? You say, hey, look, teams are excited for their potential win against Epsilon. Every single win here is going to have a huge impact on our league. It's going to come down to the wire. And Chance, I mean, what has this division really been like for you? I mean, seeing how close it really has been.
So, like, the setting that we had coming into this week, it's like, with how close it is, there are going to be teams that step up to the plate, and there's going to be teams that fall off, and I don't think we've really had a team that's fallen off yet. Like, EG looks like they'd be the target for that spot, but they had a big enough comfort lead that they're not to that point yet. I think Echo Fox is the only one that stood out to me in the slightest of, like, they have gone above and beyond what we thought they were going to be not only capable of, but what maybe even they thought they would be capable of. Again, they have just been on an absolute tear. I think 2 reverse sweeps against 2 of the 3 best teams in the division. They've been on point. But other than that, it's still just that kind of middle of the road. Who knows what's going to happen? Comes down to the last day kind of Call of Duty.
I think that is one of the main things that we kind of said with this division when we sat down on Tuesday. And we're like, okay, folks, if you haven't been watching right now, we got a bunch of teams in this division where they could either come out and look like the best team in the entire world, or they could look like Epsilon just looked. Do you think that really still is the case here, Joe, for the middle of the pack?
I think so. I think the most surprising factor has probably been that Red Reserve and EG have lost matches. All the teams that have needed wins have found a win somewhere. It's not like there's a team that's lost 3 in a row yet, right? Like, Splice has gotten a win. Envy has gotten a win. TK, they're getting wins. Echo Fox have, won 3 in a row now. So it's like those middle of the pack teams are getting the wins. It's just that Red Reserve and EG had a far enough lead to where they're still safe, but if that continues, then it gets a little bit scary, especially for a team like EG. You know, Red Reserve, if they play at their best, they're going to get through. They should make playoffs, no problem. But EG, I mean, the pressure's on them right now. They've struggled at times. They're still struggling. You can tell the confidence isn't there, especially in Search and Destroy. So, I don't know, man. This division's going to get crazy and crazier because everyone right now is finding at least 1 win.
I think the most important thing is we need to try to figure out how weird it can really get today. Looking at the schedule, we're going to have 3 more matches here.